Elon Musk's company XAI has just dropped a brand new update called Grok-4-Fast. And trust me, the name says it all. It's faster, it's cheaper, and it's smarter than what came before. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is Grok-4-Fast? Think of it like this. You have probably heard about Grok-4, which was already one of the powerful AI models from Elon Musk's company XAI. Now, Grok-4-Fast is kind of like its upgraded sibling. The goal here isn't to make it ridiculously bigger. The goal is to make it smarter with how it uses its brain power. It's designed to give you almost the same level of intelligence as Grok 4, but at a fraction of the cost and in a much faster way. Alright, now let's talk about the cool features that make Grok 4 Fast stand out. Because this is where things start to get really interesting. First up, we have got something called unified reasoning and non-reasoning modes. Now, I know that sounds a bit technical, but here is what it really means. Earlier, AI models had two separate ways of working, one for deep, thoughtful reasoning and another for quick, short answers. Grok for Fast merges both into a single model. So, if you just want a fast response, it can do that. And if you need a deep, step by step explanation, it can handle that too. You don't have to switch settings or models, it just adapts to what you need. Next, let's talk about the massive 2 million token context. This is like the AI's memory. And with Grok for Fast, that memory has gotten insanely huge. Imagine being able to feed it a equivalent of thousands of pages, like entire books, code bases, legal contracts, or long research papers, and it can actually keep track of all of it in one go. Now, here is the part businesses will love: efficiency and cost savings. Grok-4-Fast has been tuned to use about 40% fewer tokens while reasoning. Tokens are basically the currency AI uses to think and talk. So fewer tokens means less cost. And when you look at the benchmarks, it can match Grok 4's performance but at around 98% less cost. That's massive. For companies running AI at scale, this is like cutting their electricity bill by almost 100% while keeping the same power. And finally, one of my favorite parts: tool use and integration. Grok for Fast isn't just answering questions like a chatbot, it can actually decide when to go online, search the web, pull live updates from X, run bits of code, or use external tools to get the job done. This makes it feel less like a static Q&A bot and more like an actual AI assistant agent. Something that can take action, fetch information, and help you solve real world tasks. So now the big question: how well does Grok for Fast actually perform? Because features sounds great on paper, but the real test is whether it can keep up with the older, more powerful Grok 4. Here is the surprising part. In most reasoning tests, the ones that check how well an AI can think through tough problems step by step, Grok 4 Fast scores almost as high as Grok 4. It's not a huge downside in intelligence at all. In fact, you are getting pretty close to the same level of brain power, but without paying the heavy price. And this isn't just XAI hyping up their own model. Independent groups like Artificial Analysis have actually run their own benchmarks and confirmed that the numbers are real. So we know it's not just marketing talk. Grok for Fast really does hold up in performance. Alright, so we have talked about all the good stuff, but let's be real. No AI model is perfect, and Grok for Fast has its own limitations. First, remember that unified system I mentioned earlier. Well, when Grok for Fast switches into non-reasoning mode, it can be super quick, almost instant with its answer. But here is the catch: those quick replies aren't always as accurate or as detailed as when it takes its time to reason things out. So you gain speed, but sometimes you lose depth. Second, Grok for Fast can use external tools like web search and X integration, which is awesome. But there's a downside. If the information it finds online isn't correct or is outdated, then the AI's answer will also be off. In other words, it's only as good as the sources it pulls from. Now, here is where I want to hear from you. Do you think Grok for Fast is strong enough to push Elon Musk's XAI ahead in the AI race? Or do you think OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic are still going to dominate this space? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear your take on this. And if you found this breakdown useful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, because I will be covering every major AI updates as it happens. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.